Big Fight Field channel where we speak the truth, we're honest, and we give our takes on the Miami Dolphins. It is Thursday, September 7th, 2023. Tonight is opening kickoff of the Kansas City Chiefs against the Detroit Lions. I'm very excited about that. Travis Kelce's status is up the air, but as you can see, this is a preview video for the Miami Dolphins, who got a sexy matchup in Week 1 against Justin Herbert, Los Angeles Chargers. And folks, this might not be a familiar face, but he was on the Big Fight Field channel earlier this year to preview the Dolphins-Buffalo Bills game, and now he's going to be on here every single week throughout the NFL season. Pat Cerniglia, what's up?
What is up? I'm excited. Football season, it's back. Finally, we get some real football tonight with the Chiefs. I think Travis Kelce is going to play, by the way. It's my little prediction. So just throwing that out there. But Dolphins football is back. Chargers, arguably one of the best matchups here in Week 1. I would say the Bills Jets is a good matchup, and this one's gonna be spicy.
Yeah, well, too bad national media doesn't think that, because the national televised game is Eagles and the Patriots, which I think is complete bullshit. It's only because of Tom Brady's retirement game.
Yeah, exactly. Luckily, I got Sunday tickets since I'm up here in Rochester. I'm in Bills country. They ain't showing it up here, I'm sure. But I got Sunday ticket. I'll make sure I'm tuned in.
I got it, too. I purchased it this past week. Yeah, I just purchased it this past weekend. And I swear to God, if there's any buffering during these games, I'm going to lose my shit.
I'm a little nervous, like the first week. This is a brand new platform since DirecTV had it for almost a decade, I feel like. Jeez. Yeah. So I'm a little nervous with the buffering because it's over streaming now. DirecTV was like an actual cable. This is now over streaming. So we'll see how it goes. Hope for the best.
Oh, dude, there's going to be millions of people on the website, too. I'm just hoping.
At 4 o'clock, so they can get all that buffering out at the 1 p.m. game. Yeah. You know what I mean? Get all that out of the way. 4 o'clock comes.
I'll watch my local game at 1 o'clock. I don't really care. 4 o'clock, though, shit better be perfect. Better be perfect. Yeah.
I want no buffering, nothing. I want perfect, clear picture.
Oh, man. So let's just dive right into this, man. We got Week 1. Sexy little matchup here against the Los Angeles Chargers. Everybody knows the history. I feel like they're like our rivals now because
Justin Herbert too. It's more of a rivalry, I feel like, on Twitter because the Herbert Charger fans and the Tua Dolphin fans, they like to go at it with each other. It's fun. It makes the matchup more fun, to be honest.
Yeah, but they go at each other like they're high school children, and I just try to stay out of that stuff. But
that's what's best to do, to be honest. But I mean, the Dolphins, it's Week 1, but they are not going in fully healthy, it looks like. Teron Armstead misses practice again today. Tomorrow's, I would say, is the big day for him, in my opinion. If he doesn't practice tomorrow, I would probably say we're going to see Kendall Lamb at left tackle.
Yeah, but before we truly dive all into that, man, what's your main takeaways for this game? Obviously, besides Tua and Justin Herbert, because we could talk about that all.
Yeah, a big thing for me is how Mike McDaniel is going to adjust. Last year, he got outcoached in this game. I think we can all agree on that. I mean, the offense did not look good at all in this game. I want to see what adjustments he's going to bring in. Ronaldo Hill came over from LA, maybe give some tips here. Vic Fangio knows Brandon Staley very well, so I'm really looking about how they're going to adjust from last year's game plan against the Chargers to this year's game plan against them.
Yeah, I could agree. I honestly think, Pat, this game is going to be so much different from the game they had last year. There's a lot of players on the Dolphins who are playing this game on Sunday that were not even a part of this game. Obviously, Austin Jackson's one of them. Braxton Berrios, some new additions. David Long, which I think is a huge upgrade over Elandon Roberts. Basically, my main takeaway about this is I'm a little nervous about our defense going up against those Charger wide receivers because they got a good receiving core. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and the rookie Quentin Johnston. I don't really know who Xavier Howard's going to be, who he's going to be guarding. We can talk about that when we get to the Chargers offense versus the Dolphins defense. But the main takeaway about this is Mike McDaniel and adjusting to the game plan, because he did not do that last year. He stuck to the pass. The Dolphins could not get a run game going. And if it wasn't for Tyreek Hill, the Dolphins would have ran out of SoFi Stadium. But
Yeah.
they only lost by 6 points, but it felt like they lost by 3 touchdowns. It was just a bad game. There's a lot of games last year when you're like, okay, Cincinnati, tough game. Unfortunately, Tua goes down with a serious concussion. San Francisco, they're just a really good team. That's a loss I kind of expect. We were hyped going into this game last year, like, oh, okay, Chargers, Justin Herbert, Sunday Night Football, the whole world's going to be watching, and we came out and we pooped the bed, dude.
Yeah.
So, you got any more? You're going to say something?
No, I agree. We just laid an egg in that. So I agree about the offense, seeing what they do differently. And, the new additions on the defense, though Jalen Ramsey is out, the rookie Cam Smith making his debut, Eli Apple coming in. Brandon Jones has been practicing, but I feel like Deshaun Elliott might end up getting a lot more snaps. Brandon Jones more of the blitzing safety to Deshaun Elliott. But I'm just excited to see the new pieces on this Dolphins team. Hopefully they work out.
Which I am a little nervous about at safety, Deshaun Elliott. I haven't really heard much great things about him in training camp, and I know Brandon Jones is still recovering from an Achilles injury last year, so that's still a question mark. But obviously, besides that, dude, I'm pretty confident in our defense. It is going to be a tough Week 1 matchup because you're going to have to rely on Eli Apple or Cam Smith to cover one of Keenan Allen or Mike Williams, and that's just not an easy matchup. So let's get into these matchups. We'll start with the Miami Dolphins offense against the Los Angeles Chargers defense. Now, last year, the Chargers didn't have Joey Bosa, Win James, and J.C. Jackson playing in this game.
Yeah.
And now you take out their substitutes. You take out guys like Kyle Van Noy, and it's scary, bro. It is kind of scary. And seeing that Teron Armstead hasn't practiced in 2 days, man. If Kendall Lamb and Austin Jackson and your tackles against Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack, man, who would not be nervous about that?
They're going to attack. I mean, hopefully they don't shuffle up the line where Liam Eichenberg gets snatched, because if you see Liam Eichenberg, he's going to get attacked. Yeah. But hopefully if Teron Armstead is out, Kendall Lamb can do enough. Might need Durham need to be in line, chipping away at those DNs there, helping out the left tackle and right tackle as much as they can, because there's one thing we know that will throw this offense out of whack. Is when Tua has no time to throw the ball. When things start hitting the fan, which brings me to the run game, is going to have to be a factor. Devon Achane looks like he's going to play. Obviously, Jeff Wilson on the IR, but Raheem Mostert, Savon Ahmed, Chris Brooks even, for like the goal line usage or short yardage back, they're going to need to do their job a lot. And in the passing game, block as well, because you don't know this. The Chargers front seven looks good, man. So I'm hoping our offensive line can hold up and use those running backs and tight ends as much as possible to chip away at them.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. Now, really quickly, speaking of running backs, this is old news, but what are your thoughts on the Dolphins missing Jonathan Taylor?
I mean, obviously, Jonathan Taylor would have been great.
Yeah.
Amazing. But at the same time, the asking price, absolutely ridiculous. I'm not sending you Jalen Waddle and picks. I'm not sending you just Jalen Waddle with no picks. You're not getting that. So I think that was almost like a little media tactic. Like, yeah, we're going to shop them. We're shopping them, but we're not giving them up for anything less than a major piece and picks. Because they also asked for Christian Wilkins. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you. We'll get him. We'll take JT next year when it doesn't cost us anything. Give him a nice little contract if we have to.
Exactly. I think if JT was on any other team, except the Colts, this might have happened. But Jim Irsay, he's just a complete moron.
It was definitely getting in the way of that deal. I mean, you can't fault the Dolphins. They tried. They were getting hit with outlandish requests. At that point, you got to just say, you know what? Wipe your hands of it. We're going into the season with Raheem. Ahmed and A-Chain and Chris Brooks, who Chris Brooks looked really good. Right now, you might say that A-Chain might be number 4 running back. I don't know. Especially with Ahmed being listed as the number 2 running back. Him and A-Chain have similar styles. Chris Brooks is going to get those snaps and those short yardage if Raheem Mostert can't go.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mostert's going to play. It's more than
No,
likely.
I mean, like, if he, during the game, like, if he needs a blow and it's a
Oh,
third.
yeah.
Oh, they're giving the ball to Chris Brooks because you're not going to give the ball to Spawn Ahmed in a short yardage down. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I'm confident in Raheem Mostert. He's one of the fastest running backs in the NFL. And if you need a big yardage play from him, he could give it to you. That's what the Dolphins are going to need if the Chargers are going to take away Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. They just have to figure out the game plan.
First of all, Jalen Waddle, man, he's been limited with an oblique injury right now. Looks like, I don't know what the injury report came out for today, which is Thursday, but that oblique injury for a wide receiver is no joke. So hopefully he'll be able to go fully. We'll have to see. I mean, luckily we do have Robbie Anderson on the practice squad, another speedster.
Yeah, I think he will.
He's gonna play, but the factor is how healthy is he gonna be on that field?
Yeah, for sure. We need the run game. That's the most important thing out of all this because I don't know if Kendall Lamb can pass block if he's going to play for Toronto instead. Isaiah Wynn.
I'm more worried about Isaiah Wynn or Liam Eichenberg than I am about Kendall Lamb, to be completely honest with you. Kendall Lamb looked better than both of them in training camp and in preseason. Kendall Lamb did not look that bad. I mean, Liam Eichenberg is just he's a lost cause in my opinion, personal opinion.
Listen, I'm praying that depth chart is wrong.
No way. There's no way they play him. There is 0%. There is nothing that you could say you saw. I mean, every media member said it. We watched the preseason games. There's no way Liam Eichenberg is a starter. I mean, there's just if they try him out there to start against the Chargers, we all better hold our breath. If it's Kendall Lamb and Liam Eichenberg on the left side of that line, good luck. That's all I'll say.
If that's our left side, we are not winning this.
It won't go good. It will not be good. You just at that point just pray we leave this game with Tua's health. Fine. Yeah. That would be my main concern after that.
Yeah, for sure. And it's not like Isaiah Wynn is a huge upgrade. Like Dolphins Twitter. No. Isaiah Wynn, like he's playing great in preseason. And it's like, yeah, but he's also playing against third string guys, you know.
He's better than Liam though. He has 77 career starts or something for those for the New England Patriots. So like all day, every day. I'm not fully comfortable with Isaiah Wynn, but compared to Liam Eichenberg, I look at Isaiah Wynn as almost a Pro Bowl player compared to Liam Eichenberg. That's how bad Liam Eichenberg is.
Now, an advantage I think the Dolphins are going to have over the Chargers, hopefully, is the fact that the Chargers defensive coordinator Ronaldo Hill from last year is on the coaching squad for the Miami Dolphins. How big of a factor do you think that's going to play?
Don't forget, too, Brandon Staley's coaching tree. Vic Fangio, man. Vic Fangio knows Brandon Staley very well as well. So that is also another factor. I think Mike McDaniel has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder because I think even he knows his game plan against the Chargers last year. He got outcoached, outsmarted. There's no way around it. So I'm hoping they come with something crazy. A guy that I'm really, really looking at here for the Dolphins offense, a little under the radar, Braxton Berrios.
Yes.
He's going to be a factor. Obviously in the punt return game and kick return game. That is big, having a guy that might be able to flip that field position a little bit with the returns. But he's going to get some reps at wide receiver. And I think him underneath the field, to his little sweet spot accuracy, throwing those slants, and he's got run after catch ability. I think he might be one of the X factors because obviously you can go Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. But if Braxton Berrios has himself a nice little day, I think the Dolphins might be able to take this game away on offense.
Yes, dude. He's an upgrade over Trent Sherfield, in my opinion. Yeah. I don't know.
Not in the run game, though, unfortunately. Trent Sherfield was a better blocker. But, yeah, Braxton Berrios, yes, I agree.
I don't know if he's going to play the same role as Trent Sherfield did last year, but I'm loving what I'm seeing from Braxton Berrios I'm loving what I'm seeing from him on offense right now. And I'm curious to see how J.C. Jackson's going to look. He hasn't played in a very long time. He's coming off a season torn ACL. Man, if I'm Mike McDaniel, I'm putting either Tyreek Hill or Waddle on him early. Let's test him out.
Test that out. Test that knee out.
Yes, absolutely.
Get him running.
But the main thing for the offense is going to be establish a good run game, and if Mike McDaniel can make adjustments if something goes wrong, because he didn't do it last year. Now, let's flip things over to the Chargers offense against the Dolphins defense. Chargers have weapons galore for Justin Herbert. For people who are on Twitter saying Justin Herbert does this all by himself, you were so wrong.
They have a running back who caught, 100 passes last year, one of the top running backs in the NFL. I mean, come on, you got one of the best route runners in the NFL, Keenan Allen. Mike Williams is an absolute stud. Mike Will made it, as I like to call him. And then you got a rookie first-round wide receiver who was one of the top receivers in the country last year in college football. Him and his quarterback led their team to the national championship. So this offense is absolutely loaded.
It is. But our defense is loaded too.
Absolutely. I mean, yes, the players on the field look very good. But at the end of the day, I'm so excited to see Vic Fangio finally be able to just let this defense loose. No more preseason. We can show it now. We got a whole game plan. I know Vic's been game planning for this Chargers game. I mean, one of his disciples, Brandon Staley here, he's going to want to show him up a little bit here.
Oh, man, I can't.
Kellen Moore, too. I don't know. I forgot who posted. It might have been Chris Kaufman. Last time Kellen Moore's offenses went up against Vic Fangio's defenses. Didn't fare too well for Kellen Moore, my friends. That's all.
Really? I didn't even know
that. One, they scored 6 points. The other one, they scored 13 points or something like that. So, and that was when Vic was the head coach of the Broncos. So, just an idea.
And see, Josh Boyer's not a defensive coordinator anymore. I think if that 3rd and goal play didn't happen right before halftime, that game might have been different, man.
Although that has got to be the biggest upgrade. I mean, next to obviously Zach Wilson and the Jets going to Aaron Rodgers, that's got to be one of the biggest upgrades in the NFL. Going from Josh Boyer to Vic Fangio running this defense. Like, that has got to be one of the top moves right there.
Oh, man. Well, the Dolphins have 2 very good edge pass rushers that are having high expectations this year. Mm-hmm. Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb. I expect Jalen Phillips to have a huge year this year. What are your thoughts on him?
I think he's going to have a huge year, and this is going to be a big test for him in the first game. Don't forget, last year the Chargers were without both their starting tackles in that Sunday night game. And one of those starting tackles, Rashawn Slater, is a very good tackle. So Jalen Phillips / Bradley Chubb going up against Rashawn Slater. We're going to find out early if Jalen Phillips is the real deal, I think. Because if he can get the best of Rashawn Slater, he's going to be in for a huge, huge season. Because Rashawn Slater is a very, very good left tackle for that.
Yes, I was just about to bring him up too. He is back. He did not play in this game last year, and I'm very curious to see who's going to be on him. Vic might be like, hey, Bradley Chubb,
mm-hmm.
you're getting paid all this money and to make an impact. Let's see what you can do on this guy. And meanwhile, on the right side, Jalen Phillips is on. He's going to be going 1-on-1 with Trey Pipkins, which he's a serviceable tackle, but I think that's a good matchup, I think.
Those 2 guys, I think they hold the keys to this game as well. Because if you can't get pressure off the outsides with them, I feel like, first of all, I feel like they're going to run a lot of zone here against the Chargers. Obviously, I believe that is the case. But if you can't get pressure with your front 4, you're going to have to start bringing Brandon Jones in to start running, safety blitzes, which then takes a guy away from the secondary, which then opens up the big plays for the Chargers.
Yeah.
I believe the 2 DNs, Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips, they hold the keys to be successful for this defense. And not even just for this whole game. For this game, the whole season, I believe.
Yeah, and that's what we don't want, because last year all Josh Boyer did was he kept blitzing, and the Chargers were picking us off. They had possession for 39 minutes in a 60-minute game. If you have the football for that long, you are going to win the game, and that's not good for the Miami Dolphins defense at all. So if the front 4 can create pressure, if Wilkins and Zieler do their jobs on these guards, Justin Herbert could be in for a rough day. I don't know, man. But
I mean, if the front four gives pressure, especially, I mean, even with Jalen Ramsey out, Kader Kohu, he looked good last year. I'm very excited about Cam Smith. Obviously, you have Javon Holland back there, who I think is going to really, really put his name on the map this year. You can get pressure, start forcing Justin Herbert maybe to make a couple mistakes. You win that turnover battle, especially with this offense, you're going to win this game.
absolutely. Now, last thing before we get into our game prediction, who would you have Xavier Howard line up against?
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen?
Not even a question. The dude's route running is absolutely disgusting. He's their best receiver. I mean, I'm a huge Keenan Allen fan. I've always been a big fan of his. I think his game is amazing. Eliminate him. Because Mike Williams is their deep threat, right? If you can eliminate Justin Herbert's safety target outside of Austin Eckler, obviously, Keenan Allen. I want Xavier Howard on him. 3rd and 8, he's going to Keenan Allen, I feel like. Get Xavier Howard on him. And then you let Kader Kohu, Cam Smith, Eli Apple, make sure those guys defend the other receivers. That's what I would do personally. But it will be probably his own defense, so maybe not too much shadowing.
Yeah, I agree. We'll see. We'll see, man. He can probably go on and off, and a couple of reps with Keenan Allen, a couple of reps with Mike Williams, but that's
I know. I want man-to-man. You can run zone everywhere else, but I want X man-to-man with Keenan Allen. That's what I would do personally.
And he's due for a huge season, man. Last year, he was saying he was playing with the groin injuries, and this year
on now. They're showing hate to him.
This year could be his last season. If Cam Smith steps up this year and Kohu keeps processing, dude, they can cut out millions of dollars from Xavier Howard's contract and be like, we're gonna move on. We have Ramsey. We have our future guy in Cam Smith. We're going to let you go. It's a huge year for Xavier Howard.
Yes, I agree. I completely agree.
So, with all this in mind, Tua and Herbert and the Vic Fangio defense and Ronaldo Hill and Justin Herbert, who do you think is going to win this game? I'll go first, and I will. Unfortunately, I will spare the bad news. I'm very excited for this game. Football is finally back. Dolphins football is finally back. We're going to have this for 17 weeks. I'm excited. This is a tough game. It's going to be a very good game against the Chargers. I think it's going to come down to the wire. But for me, if Teron Armstead doesn't play, I think we are screwed. I really do. And a main concern with me is these Dolphins cornerbacks against the Chargers wide receivers. That kind of scares me a little bit. So for that alone, for those two reasons, I'm so sorry. I'm going to take the Chargers to win this game. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Wow. Okay. So you're going Chargers.
I
write it down, mark it up, clip it, do whatever you need to do. He took the Chargers here. I'm going, all right, first of all, the Teron Armstead thing, that is very, if he plays, I got the Dolphins winning by 7 to 10 points. But I think they win by double digits if Teron Armstead and Jalen Waddle come in healthy and play. With him out, it's going to be closer. I got the Dolphins winning 24-20. Dolphins victory. 24-20 Dolphins victory. Start the season on the road in the West Coast with a W before what? Which week till? We going to New England?
We go to New England, yeah.
We're going to New England for some primetime football next week, baby. Let's do it.
Dude,
we're going in 1-0 to primetime football. You best believe it, baby.
Right we are. I'm praying I'm wrong, but
we're taking it. Teron Armstead or not, we're taking it. Kendall Lamb, do your job, baby. Step up, do your job. Next man up. Come on. And for the Dolphins cornerbacks versus the Chargers wide receivers, I'm a believer in Kader Kohu. I think he will be able to do his job. Cam Smith, I'm hoping minimize those rookie mistakes. And Eli Apple, man, this guy can play. I mean, I know we kind of hate him because of the Tyreek Hill little thing. He's a trash talker, though. I like when my cornerback talks some trash, all right? So let's just see. I got confidence in these Dolphins corners. I think the Dolphins defense does their job. I do have the Chargers getting 20. Maybe, maybe they're up 24-13, give up a late score. I think we do our job.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, by the time Sunday comes, I will fully convince myself that the Dolphins are going to win this game. That's how it always happens.
All the things I got to do, I'm getting out of the way early. I'm going to be sitting on the couch around 3:45, ready to go. I'm not missing a second of this game. Not missing a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is your preview for the Miami Dolphins Los Angeles Chargers game. Very, very excited. Football season is here. And Dolphins football, it's been 8 months. Do you know how many times I've gone on YouTube and I've watched the Dolphins Bills playoff game? It's been brutal, man.
I haven't done that once. I don't even want to remember that game. That was Skylar Thompson ruined that game for me, honestly. But we don't need to talk about him. We got our QB1 back, baby. That's all that matters.
That's in the past, and the future is Sunday. So I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Be here for the post-game recap video on Sunday night after this game.
I'll give my recap next Thursday.
Yes, sir. And Pat, me and Pat will be here the whole season previewing weekly Miami Dolphins games. So the next time you will see both of us together is next Thursday when we're talking about the Patriots and Pat gives his recap of the Chargers game. Be sure to comment down below if you're a Dolphins or a Chargers fan. Who do you think is going to win this game? Let me know down below. Is Tua or Herbert going to take round 3 of this matchup? Hit the like button if you like what you heard from me. And follow me on Twitter at Conlon_Joseph. I will be live tweeting during the Lions and Chiefs game tonight and also the Dolphins and Chargers game on Sunday. Pat, where can they follow you on your socials? Now is your time to plug your socials.
Hit me up on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it now, at Pat Cerniglia. I tweet about the Dolphins all the time. I also tweet about sports cards. So if you're into sports cards, go check out We The Hobby on Whatnot. You can catch me on live shows. They're 4 or 5 days a week, just letting you know.
Pat, thank you so much for joining me today. I cannot wait to do this again, and we'll be back at it next week. And I hope we're 1-0 going into next week.
We will be 1-0. Next time we see you, we'll be 1-0. Beat the Chargers. Looking at those stanky New England Patriots, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you guys for joining. I'll see you Sunday. Have a good night. Stay classy. And as always, fins up. Peace.